A Harvard MBA can ace every finance test and still panic at the checkout counter. Sound familiar? You know what you should do with your money, but your brain insists otherwise. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Money decisions aren't rational. They're emotional, unpredictable, and often self-sabotaging. We're not just bad at money. We're wired to be bad at money. And the weird part? The smarter you are, the trickier the traps. Why do most of us learn more about trigonometry than how to save for an emergency? Let's pull apart the real psychology of money, starting with the first myth almost everyone believes. Myth 1. Knowledge equals wealth. If that were true, every economics professor would be a millionaire. In reality, knowing and doing live on different planets. Most people can recite the rules, spend less, save more, invest early. But then comes the Friday night impulse, or the just this once treat, or the I deserve it splurge. Here's what's really happening. Your prefrontal cortex, the logical part, gets hijacked by your limbic system. Your emotional brain is ancient. It evolved to keep you alive, not wealthy. So, when you see a flash sale, your brain screams, act now or miss out forever. That's the scarcity instinct in action, a survival feature in a world of abundance. But there's a twist. The world isn't scarce anymore, but your brain didn't get the memo. Let's zoom in on a classic trap, lifestyle creep. Picture this. You land a promotion. Suddenly, the old coffee feels too cheap. The old car, too slow. So you upgrade. You feel good, until your neighbor upgrades too. Now flip that around. What if you kept your old lifestyle, even as your income grew? Most people can't, not because they're weak, but because their brains are literally wired for status. Evolution rewarded us for being admired, or at least not left behind. So every time we see someone else win, our dopamine spikes. But that high never lasts. This is called hedonic adaptation. Your brain gets used to new pleasures fast and demands more. That's why lottery winners are often no happier and sometimes even more miserable a year later. But here's the sneaky part. We think we're immune. I'm too smart for that. Famous last words. Now, let's talk about another money trap. Avoidance. You know that sinking feeling you get when checking your bank account? Most people respond by not checking, or by budgeting in their head. But avoidance makes the anxiety worse. Every time you dodge the truth, your brain gets more afraid. The reason is simple. Your mind confuses uncertainty with danger. So the less you look, the scarier it feels. This is the same brain wiring that made ancient humans avoid the dark forest. But unlike a forest, your finances don't get safer when ignored. Here's a twist. The people who check their accounts most often aren't always richer. They just have a different relationship with fear. They face it, but often with anxiety, not action. It's not about staring at your statement. It's about transforming what you feel into what you do. Which brings us to the next mistake, believing money is about math, not meaning. Quick test. What would you do with a surprise $10,000? Most people's answers reveal their real values, not their math skills. For some, money means freedom. For others, it's safety or status. If you don't know your own script, you'll end up acting out someone else's. And that's how you buy things you don't even want, just to feel how you think you should. Now, let's talk about the biggest force you never see, your financial environment. Your environment makes half your decisions for you without your permission. Live in a spendy city? You'll spend more, even if you don't want to. Friends taking lavish trips? Suddenly your $5 coffee seems like the bare minimum. But here's what most people miss. You can hack your environment, just like marketers do. Automatic savings, hiding temptations, even changing your social circle. These tiny tweaks beat willpower every time. This is called choice architecture, the art of making the easy choice the right one. Most banks use it against you, but you can flip it to your advantage. Now let's talk about one more money illusion, the myth of willpower. Willpower is like a phone battery. It drains fast, especially when you're stressed or tired. That's why budgeting apps work great, until a bad day hits. But here's the real unlock. Systems beat willpower. If you automate savings, you don't have to choose every month. It just happens. If you always shop with a list, you buy less junk, even when tired. Most people think they need more discipline. What they really need is fewer decisions. Now, you might be wondering, if our brains are so bad at money, can anyone really change? The answer isn't in hacks or hidden secrets. It's in seeing your own mind clearly. Let's revisit our opening question. Why do smart people stay broke? It's not lack of knowledge. It's because the human brain is a master of self-deception. We justify, avoid, copy others, and chase feelings over facts. But here's the upside. Once you see the tricks, you can change the game. Not by fighting your brain, but by making it work for you. Automate good decisions. Design your environment. Know your money story. And above all, admit you're human. The world is engineered for you to fail, but the right systems can flip the odds. Remember, your smartest move isn't knowing more. It's designing a life where knowing less hurts you less. Speaking of flipping odds, ever wondered why some people can't stop gambling even when they know the math? Let's crack open that curiosity loop. The gambler's paradox isn't about ignorance, it's about dopamine. Each near miss in gambling triggers a bigger dopamine hit than a win. It's the thrill of almost winning that hooks you. Casinos know this. That's why slot machines are engineered to deliver near misses more often than actual payouts. It's not about being bad at math. Math majors get hooked too. It's your brain's reward circuit being expertly manipulated. This same circuit lights up when you see a friend's vacation photos or a flash sale online. Here's the twist. Marketers use near misses in everyday spending. Think almost sold out or only two left. So what can you do? Recognize the hook, name it, and pause. That tiny pause short-circuits the dopamine loop. Or set up rules ahead of time. For example, I never buy on the first visit. Another trick. Design your phone so spending is harder. Remove payment apps from your home screen. Unsubscribe from sale emails. Suddenly, temptation isn't just a willpower battle, it's an obstacle course you control. But let's level up. What about the money stories you absorbed growing up? Research shows most people inherit their financial habits from family, often without realizing it. If your parents dreaded bills, you might avoid paperwork. If they spent to celebrate, you might too. The irony? Sometimes your money habits are just reactions to your parents' mistakes. Want to break the cycle? Write your own money story. Literally, new scripts rewire old habits. Now, let's tackle a myth even financial gurus fall for. More money will fix my problems. Studies show that after a certain income, about $75,000 in the US, happiness barely rises with more cash. Why? Because money solves money problems, not emotional ones. Lonely? No amount of shopping fixes that. Overworked? More money just buys fancier exhaustion. But if you spend on connection, like shared meals or experiences, the boost lasts longer. So, ask yourself, does this purchase add meaning or just a momentary spike? Let's circle back. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the future you want or the habit you're trapped in. The hidden cost of bad money habits isn't just lost dollars, it's stolen dreams. But here's your secret advantage. Humans are also wired for stories, and you can write a better one. Start with one small win. Automate the $10 weekly transfer. Celebrate it like you won the lottery. Repeat. Watch as your brain gets hooked on progress, not just pleasure. And when you slip, remember, every pro was once a rookie with an empty piggy bank. Your brain may be ancient, but your habits can be brand new. So next time you face a money decision, pause. Ask, is this my limbic system talking or my future self? And if you want a shortcut, make the right choice, the easy one. Because the real secret of money isn't outsmarting everyone else. It's outsmarting yourself again and again until your future self thanks you. And that's the money psychology hack no school will ever teach. So, next payday, remember, your brain's wiring is the boss, but you write the script. And if you ever doubt it, ask yourself, what story do I want to tell with my money?